Hi guys, how y'all doing? Another video, because those definitely get all the views, all 4 of them. To the single-digit people that watch these, thank you. It feels like I'm actually having an intellectual conversation. But today, I'm going to be talking to you, or more like talking at you, about idolatry. Holy shit, Max, big words. Yeah, something that I think it's happening more than I would like. Especially in like the Western world, where we become complacent, privileged, and yada yada. But idolatry is pretty much like the shit that they did in that desert with the golden cow, making a big old idol to worship. It's in the 10 Commandments of what not to do. Like 10 rules, only 10 rules. You can count that on your hands of what not to do, and y'all motherfuckers are doing it. So it's not as overt as the golden calf, but it is still idolatry all the same. So I'm gonna preface this video by saying God made us in His image, not the other way around. God was not made in our image, it was us in His. Yet so many of us push our views onto the Bible and have our own little dumb interpretations. Like, there's room for some interpretation in the Bible, but, you know, there's some mental gymnastics that some people do. Like, oh, hey, because I interpreted the Bible this way, that means God is pro-choice. It's like, really? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's kind of dumb. It's like, so many people think of Christ as just this wise man who was all about peace and love and tolerance. That's not what Jesus was about. Like, yeah, Jesus was big on love, he was big on peace. But tolerance? No. Jesus was not about tolerance. Now, you should be tolerant of, like, other cultures and shit like that to an extent. I'm like, if someone's doing something that's wrong, that doesn't mean you should fucking kill them or imprison them, unless, you know, within law, of course. But that doesn't mean you should tolerate and be okay with sin. That goes against everything Jesus stood for. You know, like, people act like Jesus was okay with your sin, and it's just, that's not true. And I'm not talking about gay people or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But just more of the idea that people in the Western world have gotten in their heads, that we should be tolerant of everyone else's viewpoints and tolerant of everybody else's actions. Fuck no. Like, oh, don't judge me. I'm gonna fucking judge you when you're acting like a little goober. I'm gonna do that. Like, yeah, I understand only one judge will ever matter in this world, and that's God. I understand that, but that doesn't mean I don't get to judge when you're the one that's doing things that are bad. Like people will get mad at you for judging them for doing something that's fucked up. Like, if you're acting like a slut, I'm gonna judge you. And that goes for guys and girls. I do understand that there's a double standard where girls that sleep around get a lot more criticized than guys that sleep around. But you're both sluts, and it's not good. If people turn sex into this, just a commodity, just this thing that you do when you're bored. And I understand, I masturbate, and I'm deeply ashamed of it. You know? But at least I have the understanding in my head, as most Christian, well, I wouldn't say most, but all good Christians do, that just because you sin does not mean you're okay with the sin. It's a constant struggle. And at least I can admit that. But so many other people make excuses in their head for their sins, and it's fucking dumb. People make so many excuses that, oh, God's okay with this because yada yada. No, it's a sin. Now, there was this one guy that I saw on Twitter that he peeved me. So he basically said because I follow Christ, I am sinless. He literally said he doesn't sin. There's been one person on this earth to never sin, and that dude got killed and got back up. Wasn't just a regular guy. No, it was I think he was like a rapper. Some shitty little fucking rapper. And he said, because I follow Christ, I am sinless. And then when I brought up like 5 different, I literally bullet pointed. I had to do like 2 different tweets because it got too long. I used bullet points of different quotes in the Bible proving him wrong. Like, who the fuck does this guy think that he is, where he thinks that he is above all of the disciples? Because all the disciples acknowledged that they were sinners. There's literally a quote in the Bible that says, like, if you claim to be without sin, then you're deceiving yourself. But this motherfucker, who claims to be a good Christian, is trying to say, hey, I don't sin. A big part of being a Christian, and a big part of getting to see the glory of God when we die, is repenting. But if you don't think that you have anything to repent for, then you're not going to repent. So what I'm saying is, that guy stays on that line of thinking for his entire life, I don't think that he's going to heaven. Because of idolatry. He's got this idea in his head that is counter to what the Bible actually says, but he's so numbskulled and thick-headed that he doesn't understand that, hey, maybe I'm not worshiping God, or I'm not worshiping the real God, I'm worshiping the God that I made up in my head based on the God that I read in this book that I once read. I think you can tell that I'm a little bit more worked up this time, because I see it on, I get on Twitter way too much. What can I say? I like arguing with people online. Come on. Nah. I don't like it, but I do it a lot because I'll be scrolling Twitter and I'll see a dumbass take and I just can't stop myself. Oh, I can't stop myself from being right again. But, yeah, I think we should focus on what's actually in the Bible and stop just making baseless assumptions on what God would. It's kind of like a, you know, I'm the Chad Wojak and you're the Soy Jack. It's like, I'm the one that God agrees with and you're the one that God disagrees with. It's dumb. Like, the Bible doesn't say anything about trans people. It doesn't say anything about abortion or anything. You can make you can have your opinions on what you think God would be okay with and what God wouldn't be okay with, but to act like it's set in stone fact and judge other people like you're God himself, it's a bit ridiculous. But anyway, that was the video pretty much. I just think that Christians are the reason that Christianity gets a bad rap, because Christ warned of it, that there would be people that would claim to do good in his name, but he never knew them. Because Christ was infallible. Pontius Pilate hit the nail right on the head. I see no fault in him. No pun intended. I just realized that was hit the nail on the nail. Yeah, whatever. That was stupid. That wasn't even intended. But yeah. Jesus committed no sin. Jesus was infallible. So you gotta wonder why Christianity gets such a bad rap, and I think it's because a lot of us suck. Because we're all sinners. At least we understand that a bit, though. Or not. Some people don't. But anyway, I'm glad y'all watched this video, and I hope you have a good day. God bless you.